First question comes from Mary, and she says, I finally got a new job this week. Congratulations, Mary, that's awesome. I'm going from an incredibly toxic, micromanaging environment to a seemingly way less toxic one with someone who I really feel will be a good boss. I'm wondering how I can shake all that gunk, like the constant fear and the worry and the defensiveness and the self-preservation instincts that I have accumulated from being in such a toxic environment. I really want to embrace this new challenge and to go into it being more me, not just this sad shell who is terrified of making a mistake. Any tools or advice or insights into how I can move into this new phase without so much baggage from my current job? First of all, congratulations. It sounds like this is going to be a really big move. A lot of these things, how to let go of the past, how to change the inner world. These are things we go deep to in the Body Wisdom Academy training and things like that. The thing I would offer you to work on right now especially is to know that the way that our mind-body system works, the way that our unconscious self, deeper processing, mind-body wiring works is when we have been in such a stressful environment, that part, which we'll sometimes talk about as the protector system or the nervous system, we can kind of talk about in a lot of different ways, and those all overlap, is that when the alarm switch gets on and we go into fight or flight, it will actually stay locked that way, which is sort of what you're talking about, this preventing me from going forward. What I would say actually is a couple of things. Number one is the way that you talk with your body, and in the way that you conceptualize this, you're really helping your whole team of your inner world, the cells, your inner self, the past part of yourself that went through those things. The energetic phrases, and you could do this even just with tapping your fingers together, even if you don't know any of the deeper techniques, and really just focusing on how bad it was before, or you might notice anything that comes up in your mind as a little bit of a PTSD from the job. And you think about that, and you just say the words out loud, like, body, that happened, and it's over now, and we're completely safe. I'm asking all parts of myself to look up and notice that that happened, and it's over, and we're completely safe. So I need everyone to update their programming to right now to this new job. And then just do some deep breathing, tapping, really feeling those old things leaving. The mind is always going to have stories, but what if? But really asking your body and your inner self and your inner sort of interoception to notice those things can be really helpful. There's a method that I like. We sort of go deeper than this, but it's good. It's called the Tapas acupuncture method, I want to say. And she uses the points in between, made up by an acupuncturist, right in between here, and then the other hand holding on the back of the occiput. So you could do those same things. That happened, it's over now, and I'm completely safe. So I like the tapping. You could also feel into it if your body likes doing those front of the head, back of the occiput method. That's a great way to start. Those are some tools that you can use to sort of update the body. Second thing that I would recommend is to really bring in some personal ritual to this process of really ending one time, putting it behind you, and moving forward. So there's lots of ways to do a sort of ritual or process, which doesn't mean anything religious or dogmatic. It's really just something that you are doing outwardly with intention that reflects an energetic or a non-physical thing. So what I might recommend is pick a time that you're intentionally doing this and assemble some things. You might light a candle, you might play some music that's very helpful in the background, you could light some incense, things that activate the senses, and you may want to prepare something that represents the things that are being let go of. It could be a picture of some really difficult person that you worked with. It could be a printed out email that just represents the crappiness that you've gone through. It could be a letter that you wrote that you're never going to send to the old job or the people or the stress. Like, dear old job, this is what happened. Now I'm done with this and I'm moving on. And I personally think it's helpful to, even though it was a really super toxic micromanaging environment and where there was terrible things, there were benefits of it in some way. So you can always use the energetic phrases of like, I'm keeping the learning and the growth that came from this, and I'm completely releasing it from my system. So doing these two aspects can be really helpful in terms of, there's Jay walking to the bathroom in the background. Can be really helpful in releasing the old things and bringing in the new. But you're making a transition that really you can feel on lots of different levels. So one, really using those energetic phrases before and after to really help get it out of your system. And part B, to really do some kind of ritual to mark the occasion that helps you move on from a crappy bad job and moving into something new. I hope that helps, and congratulations on your new job. Remember that everything we go through there, we really subscribe in the Body Wisdom Academy to these pillars of everything is arising for my benefit. So even the terrible shit that we've been through, there can be some gift from that. So we don't want to throw that out with the bathwater. We want to keep the gift in the heart and release the old and crappy stuff that we are definitely done with. So I'm wishing you great things in that process. Thanks again for watching. If you like this video, you can check out more of our resources below and even pop over to our Empath Healer Central Inner Circle membership, where you can ask me questions that I answer twice a month in our live gatherings, where not only do we come together, but you also get small group, one-to-one meeting with others, empaths, healers, and sensitive people to really find your community in a time where we are really needing connection in deep and authentic ways. That's our jam, and that's what we do, as well as getting personalized guidance from me for your questions and access to our entire library of online courses. So you can learn things, open up my brain and teach you all about knowing your energetic type, how to use different subtle body skills for just releasing the stress that's trapped in your body. And coming soon this spring is our money course, which is sure to alter and upgrade your relationship with money beyond just abundance and trying to manifest $1 million. Let's get down to the actual way that works to change the energy of money and how it arrives in your life and in your system. If you're interested, check out the links below. You are a soul with a body, and I am wishing you great things.